Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Decoy Voice. Why men won't defend women anymore. This one's a pretty intense video. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
In Chicago, Illinois, a masked teen approaches a college student.
And the suspect demanded her phone before flashing the gun. The pair got into a tussle.
I was grabbing for maybe my phone, maybe the gun. It's really like a blackout moment for me. And I realized that I was able to grab the magazine out of the gun.
The loaded magazine, now in police custody, Maddie says, and she hopes it will help solve the crime.
First off, that girl is a complete badass, and I owe her a personal apology, but whenever I watched one of those Marvel or superhero movies and rolled my eyes or groaned at the idea of a tiny 100-pound girl being able to fight off a armed mass criminal with nothing but her fists, because—
Okay, Decoy, you're giving her a little bit too much credit. The man was not really trying to hurt her. He just wanted the phone. So obviously the tussle's different. If there was a true robber in a case where we could have just blasted her, like it was that easy for them to blast her, but they chose the tussle. So maybe not the greatest example of it, but yes, I do agree. There are women that can be badasses and defend themselves too.
she is living proof that it's not only possible, but in this real life scenario, she was the most combat capable person. As obviously social media is calling out the dude she looked to, who was just casually sitting on the grass as this went down. And this X account even calls him a beta male, to which almost all the replies reminded them of Daniel Penny, and how deep blue cities like New York City or Chicago don't take kindly to men stepping in to save you. As users even bring up, whatever happened to equal rights and women's empowerment?
Do we need men? Do women need men in this world? You need a man?
No.
It's sad that men give women the right and the power and the choice to be able to defend themselves as they watch and, you know, protect their own interests, as men should. Men used to always sacrifice themselves for shit like this and die. I don't want this man to die over her phone. Is that what they were fighting for? That's what she wouldn't want to give up, was her phone. She'd rather fight for her phone than her own life. That's what she was trying to trade for. And a man is supposed to just come and also trade his life for a phone? Yeah, I don't think so.
Men? You need men? No. Why?
Now obviously not every girl thinks this way, and as we see on places like the Whatever podcast, most women that say this on the surface, when even given the slightest amount of pushback to that statement, they all seem to agree that they do indeed need men in instances such as protection. But I sadly don't see this as a dynamic between men and women, as much as it's just society as a whole failing to protect the innocent, all in the name of progressivism. Because when you look at the story of the attempted robbery outside the university in Chicago, WGN does report 2 teens were arrested, being charged for armed robbery and possession of a stolen vehicle, citing that they were just 17 and 16. And this taking place in Chicago, where teens can temporarily overthrow the city, the mayor is more concerned with how to kindly label this takeover.
That's not appropriate. We're not talking about mob actions. I didn't say that. Okay, hold on a second, okay? Respectfully, these large gatherings, just hold on a second, y'all.
But when the mob of teens randomly beat down a couple on the street—
Look, demonizing children is wrong. We have to keep them safe as well.
And on top of that, how the same mayor was able to get police officers removed.
This is the part where I don't understand about politics so much. This is why I don't deal with politics so much. I'm only dealing this particular video because of the man not helping the woman, and just, you know, how society views men as weak beta males for not doing so. I don't care so much about the politics shit.
From their public schools, defunded their system that could track gunfire.
The campaign promise fulfilled. Mayor Brandon Johnson is ending the city's use of the controversial gunfire surveillance system known as ShotSpotter.
And demanded a ceasefire.
So I will exercise my vote and my right. I vote aye.
Not for Chicago, but for some overseas conflict that his city has absolutely nothing to do with. So sadly, in cities like Deep Blue Chicago, they provide you, the average law-abiding citizen, absolutely nothing in terms of safety. And unless you're Chicago's own Scarlett Johansson, aka the Kirkland brand Black Widow, nobody is coming to save you. From the police they defunded, crime-fighting technology they eliminated, and most...
See, like, I've talked about the police defunding thing, and everybody always argues back at me. No, they just don't want more police funding and overfunding. It's not what I'm seeing. It's not what I'm witnessing from certain cities and certain areas of the country. People are literally defunding the police, as in taking the money away from policemen and having less police in general. That is how does that make things safer? Yes, I do agree that I've never really felt safer when a cop was behind me, while I'm driving or anything. But I've owned businesses. We've had donut shops. We've had gas stations. I've been robbed at gunpoint many times, tell you guys the truth. And the cops do help prevent some of these issues. I'm not saying they're the best, but it's one of the best systems out there to prevent these things. What else is there? Well, just believing in people. Because I think that's what's getting us where we're at right now, is just believing people are just all going to do good and everyone is going to do wonderful. This is the dumbest part of communism. When people speak of communism and call themselves communists or whatever, sorry. No. It's not an ideal world where everybody's going to do what they're supposed to do without any benefit to themselves. Not everybody is selfless like that. Not everybody wants to be selfless like that. And not everybody's made to be selfless like that, tell you the truth. Some people need incentives, like getting paid to do a certain job, getting paid more to do certain other jobs. This is why capitalism works. This is why capitalism has been the best system we've had for a very long time. If you think about every other system that came before this, it has failed. And I'm sure capitalism will fail also. And hopefully there's a new system afterwards. But it's the best we got.
Importantly, the men they neutered. So hopefully this unfortunate incident and subsequent synopsis of why this occurred is enough to wake young voters up to the third world levels of crime they welcome with open arms into their society. And instead of my normal sign-off, maybe having it as a anime outro sung by someone that college-age girls really listen to will get them to actually hear my message.
If you appreciate my concise and lighthearted commentary, then hopefully I've earned your subscription. So let's hit 1 million subscribers this year. Beat the iBox and mainstream.
Shout out to Decoy Voice. And whoever said that, I'm like, remind him of Decoy Voice, just the less extreme version of Decoy Voice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because I actually do look up to Decoy Voice as a creator and everything in myself. So please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.